We are going to study about suspension. This topic is included in the chapter is Matter Around Us Pure in Chemistry, Grade 9. What is a suspension? A suspension is a heterogeneous mixture in which the solute particles do not dissolve but remain suspended throughout the bulk of the medium. For example, if we add sand to water, we will get a suspension. If we add chalk powder to water or wheat flour to water, we will get a suspension because chalk powder, sand or wheat flour will not dissolve in water. In the picture, we can see a beaker which is having a clear liquid. Sand is added to the liquid and we get a suspension where sand does not dissolve in liquid but remains separate. So suspension are heterogeneous mixture of a solid and liquid in which the solid does not get dissolved. Properties of a suspension. We have already seen in the definition of a suspension that it is a heterogeneous mixture. We can see the particles of suspension with our naked eye because the size is large enough. The size of the particles of a suspension is larger than 100 nanometer in diameter. The solute particles settle down when a suspension is left undisturbed for quite some time. That means a suspension is unstable. The particles of a suspension scatter a beam of light passing through it and make its path visible. This is called Tyndall effect. So we can see in the picture two glasses. The first glass is having a solution and the second one is having a suspension. When a beam of light is thrown on the glasses with the help of a torch, the solution will not scatter the beam of light, but the suspension will scatter the beam of light. The path of light will become visible through a suspension. But if we leave the suspension undisturbed for some time, the particles will settle down, suspension breaks and it does not scatter light anymore. That means the suspension will then not observe Tyndall effect. The solute particles can be separated from the mixture by the process of filtration because the solute particles do not dissolve in the solvent. They remain separate, they remain suspended. So in the picture we can see a filter paper is attached to a filter funnel and the funnel is placed on top of a conical flask. When a suspension of chalk in water is passed through the filter paper in the filter funnel, the chalk gets collected in the filter paper and water is flown down the funnel and get collected in the conical flask. So it is easy to separate chalk from water through filtration because chalk is not getting dissolved in water. That's why filtration is a process for separating the solute particles from the solvent in a suspension. Thank you.